Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I just wish you all were here in person so you could see my little dance moves that I used while I was singing you that little ditty. But you can just imagine in your head what your crazy language arts teacher was doing while singing that. All right, I hope you got a snack. I hope you're a little bit recharged. I know that was a long video. Thank you for sticking with it, but it won't always be this way where I have you watch these videos that are long, but because I was noticing some troubles as we were going through some of the other articles that we've read, I wanted to take some time to slow down a little bit and really make sure you have a good understanding of how to do this part, especially because this is different kind of reading that you've been asked to do before. And in addition to that, this is the kind of reading you're going to need to be able to do in your everyday life. This is not just a school thing. This is an everyday life skill. So if you learn how to read like this, then you'll learn then how to communicate like this as well. And that's really what we're focused on. Remember, we're trying to communicate on purpose so that people at least consider what we're saying. And we're doing that by exploring and analyzing how these authors have done exactly that. So, ready? Let's keep going. I got my highlighter ready. I hope you do too. We only have each other to blame. Okay. So this is blame game. You could name it that. It's laggy computer. Blame game. You could also call it responsibility. You could also call it he's talking directly to everyone. That also makes me think of, this might be the most concise word to use. Bandwagon. Do you know what bandwagon is? I wonder if you've heard of it. It's that jumping on, everybody's jumping on board with something. Well, Mom, everyone's getting an iPhone, so I need one too. Well, everyone is wearing slides with socks. Everyone did poorly on that test. That technique is kind of meant to isolate other people, and sometimes it can make you feel bad that you're not doing what everybody else is doing, and we don't want to stand out, do we? We want to blend in. So I kind of wonder if we just highlight bandwagon here, and that might be the best one, really, now that I talked that through. I'm going to delete these. These are the ones, though, that helped me to figure out that bandwagon is how I would name it. So I don't need that anymore. I'm going to delete that. Why have unnecessary things if we don't need to, right? Okay, let's keep going. We only have each other to blame. Okay, so he's talking about American children being fat and that it's our fault. Okay, he says we. That gives me a clue to our audience. I wonder if he's talking about parents. Parents who have, well, let's just say parents right now because we're not specific yet. Parents might be the audience. Let's just keep that in mind, okay? It's you, Mr. Dad, pumping your bike madly while you let your triple-chinned 5-year-old lie in the back of his little vinyl bike caboose. He kind of does the same things as Leonard Pitts, right? He uses some dramatics here. He's back there on his cell phone gorging on marshmallow bunnies. Let him pedal himself. He's offering a solution. Solution to the overweight problem. So there's a problem with kids being overweight. He's providing a solution. That's a way of communicating. It's you, Mrs. Elementary School PE instructor, letting policy wonks talk you into replacing sports that actually make a kid sweat. Provides examples here: dodgeball, kickball, tag, with quote-unquote activities like competitive cup stacking. Hey, nothing burns off fries like competitive cup stacking. Can we let them do it in recliners? Same kind of thing as PJ Squares. He's calling attention to the ridiculousness, or what we consider to be acceptable. It's you, Mr. School Board member, cutting gym classes to supposedly focus on quote-unquote literacy, or reducing gym to 1 or 2 times a week. Do you realize about half the states require only a year of high school PE or less? Oh, wonderful. Now we've got kids who not only can spell myocardial infarction, but also will have one by their 30th birthday. Do you know what this is, a myocardial infarction? If you don't know what it is, just go ahead and copy and paste it and pop it into Google so you can look up the definition. But basically, this is a heart attack. He's saying that it's going to happen by the time they are 30. I'm picking up on something here. Look, it's you. It's the third time I've said this. It's you. He's targeting specific groups of people. It's you. So when he says we're all to blame, he's not talking about parents like I thought originally. Look at that. When he said we, he's talking, oh, my battery's low. He's talking about the society. So I'm actually going to change this. It's not parents as the audience like I thought. Look, as I read, it made more sense. The we refers to us as a country. This is the audience. I think it's making more sense now. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Oh, here's another one. It's you, Mrs. U.S. Senator, spending hundreds of billions of dollars to check grandmothers for shoe bombs while letting funding for schools shrink to the size of Uday's heart. I don't know who that is, but I'm assuming that it's small. Meanwhile, our kids blow up like Macy's floats. Oh, boy. The dramatics continue. But I'm actually going to name this something different. The kids are like Macy's floats. What way is being used here? You typically only see this in fiction, right? But sometimes those fiction ways will creep into nonfiction. I hope you said simile. There we go. That certainly put a visual in my head. It's all part of the No Child Left Behind, except the ones we couldn't get with the Forklift Act. Oh boy. If you likely don't know what this is, No Child Left Behind. Here he's making fun of it was a government law. Let's say this, fun of a law we had in the past. It's in the past now, but when this was written, it was a current law. You want a threat to America? According to the Centers for Disease Control, here we go. Now we're going to have some evidence. We're going to have some more evidence, a different kind of evidence here. The CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, they're extremely reputable. 1 in 3 kids born in 2000 will contract type 2 diabetes and potentially the heart disease, blindness, asthma, sleep apnea, gallbladder disease, and depression that may come with it because they are obese. Look at this. We've got a couple different ways going on here. You've got listing symptoms. That was one. Also, you have a credible source here. I mean, these are the best of the best. When you pull out the CDC, you're talking about the best people, the people who set, make rules and laws to help keep us safe. This could be the first generation in American history to live fewer years than the ones that came before it. Wow. At least there's one person who wants to do something about it, and you won't believe who it is. LeBron James. Hey, Cleveland, represent. Okay, focus. The Cleveland Cavaliers rookie is fast breaking a campaign sponsored by Nike to get kids off the PlayStation and back on the playground. Okay, great idea. He's visiting 47 schools in 7 cities and donating sports equipment, getting courts and schoolyards resurfaced, and paying for instructors who think kids ought to play something other than capture the flag. My gosh, here he is again with some of that humor. It took a 19-year-old to say, I don't mean to say anything, but your first grader just got mistaken for a toll booth. Oh, man. Okay. Do you think he really said this? Do you think LeBron James really said this? This would be one of those kind of scenarios. It's really not a real quote. It doesn't sound like it would be. I'm not sure that he actually said that. We could Google it, though. We could find out. We could research it. Right now, though, I'm going to put this. Okay. I want to pause here. We just went through a lot more, and I bet you might need a little bit of a break. I'm going to have you pause, then we'll finish this up again. See you soon.